Hello YouTube, this is Jerry D in Tennessee. I wanted to talk about a stock. This is crazy. $1,000 a share is what it's predicted to go to. That's crazy. This is crazy numbers, but you know, I'm just reporting this to you so you can do your own due diligence, your own investigation to see if you want to buy into this. I'm just wanting to try to draw this to your attention. So, let's change scenes. So, we've been talking about Etrade. It's giving you exposure to cryptocurrency. This is not, by the way, a paid advertisement. This is just, I'm an Etrade customer, and I think it's interesting that they're not allowing you to buy crypto, but they're giving you exposure to crypto. Excuse me, my nose is itching. I must be going to get a visit. But it's interesting. The next crypto on my list to talk about is MicroStrategy Incorporated. MSTR, $MSTR. And they're down on the close. On the close at the end of Friday, they were $141.57 a share. So, Tip Ranks is calling it a moderate buy. Tip Ranks is calling it a moderate buy. Hold on. I must have had multiples. Okay. Anyway. Now that I have the right tab. The average target price, now going back, they're $141.57 a share at the moment. The average price is what their moderate price that they think it's going to hit is $477 a share and 33 cents. All right, they say in the last 3 months, 3 ranked analysts set 12-month price targets for MSTR. The average price target among the analysts is $477.33. Analysts compare their price target to the current market price of the stock to determine how much potential upside or downside movement there could be in the stock price. All right, this is off of Tip Rank. This is Tip Rank's suggestion. So, 3 analysts are Brent Thiel. There we go. I'm not trying to disrespect him or anything. He's saying that it's a sell. Joseph Boffey, $372. And Mark Palmer, $950. So, Mark is on the high side. Joseph's on a little lower side. Brent Thiel he's on the lowest side. So it's currently at 141.57. Now, talk about pump and dumps. It gets me that people get in trouble on Twitter, and I've done a video about a gentleman that got in trouble, accused of pump and dump. What are these guys doing here? I mean, this guy's saying it's going to go to $950 a share, but if you're on Twitter and you say something about Twitter on Twitter, the SEC comes down on you. It just kind of Wall Street Journal, all these different medias that talk about stocks, all of them give a price prediction, and people talk about, oh, this could be yada yada. Well, he's almost $1,000 a share. Mark Palmer is saying it could be almost $1,000 a share when it's setting at $141.57. Now, if I went and did that on Twitter and said, this thing, I could see this thing being $950 in the next year. SEC come down on me and smack me and throw a dang fine on me and say, you're pumping and dumping. Or what? Well, I'm not bought into this stock, but if I was, and I was saying it's going to hit, it's possible it might get up to 950. The SEC's going to smack me on the back of the hand and say, you can't say that. You can't do that. You're doing a pump and dump. But these guys can say this, and nobody says anything to them about it. What are they doing? They've been doing this for years. Wall Street Journal's been saying stuff about stocks and stuff for years. We think this price could get up to such and such in the next 6 months or the next year or by next summer. But somebody on Twitter gets smacked and fined. I mean, come on, folks. This is crazy. But anyway, I'm just saying, and I understand some people lose money because they believe this. I mean, I could go and jump into this thing because I think it's going to be $1,000 a share, and I could go put a couple of $1,000 in this right now next week, next opening day, and the stock dropped to $50 a share, and I've lost half my money, or more than half my money. It's what is it, 141, so I've lost more than half my money if it drops down to $50 a share. So, I don't know. There's one thing I can see where people, you get a lot of people following you, and I don't have a lot of followers, so I don't think anything I say is going to make an effect on this stock. But I do feel like it will go up as crypto goes up. As the market comes around, I think it will go up. How high will it go? I don't know, but this is pretty, not quite 10 times your money. But that's pretty good. From $141 to 950 or 1,000. It's up here, and it's right up at right under 1,000. What if it goes more? If Bitcoin goes higher than it's ever gone before when it turns around, yeah, I could see it going to $1,000 myself. I could see how I could do that because what it's got down to. What is Bitcoin? Let's go look. Coin market cap. Let's look at Bitcoin. What is it now? Bitcoin is. I'll get on my face here. I don't want to check it out. Let's click on this. Let's get the price. 16,000. Where it had originally been, 68, 69, right around $68,000, $69,000 a coin. If it jumps to 100,000, I can see this stock right here going to 1,000. And I think that's what this guy's saying. But I'm just saying, if I go on Twitter and I say, well, if Bitcoin gets up to $100,000 a coin, then this stock is going to be $1,000. If I do that, SEC's going to smack me on the back of the hand and smack me with a fine and say you can't do that. But this guy, people like this, these analysts get away with it. They've got away with it for years. Wall Street Journal's got away with it for years, putting out articles and stuff. Motley Fool does it all the time. They send out emails. This is our price target for this and that, but they don't ever get in trouble for pumping stuff, and they'll like put out negative stuff. And if you're into investing and you're investing in crypto and stuff, you know that the people buying and selling in crypto determine the price. They don't know what the price is going to. But then Motley Fool say, oh, this going to zero or something. They've had numerous and negative articles. Probably didn't put it that way. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But maybe they insinuated it's going to go to zero, but I mean, for SHIB or whatever. But our society's got crazy. But anyway, tip ranks. I'm digressing. I know. I'm just, it just gets me that there's people that get in trouble for doing this, but there's people that getting paid to do the same thing. Is my point. That's why I'm bringing this up. And this guy gets paid, okay, to put out an article that's saying this is probably going to go to $950. And he may be right. It could do that. We don't know. He doesn't really know what it's going to do because the market's going to have to turn around before we actually see where it goes. It could go higher than that, possibly. I mean, over time. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's so volatile right now. The market, crypto could, Bitcoin could still drop some more before it turns around. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to turn around. But I think it will eventually turn around. It's just a waiting game, folks. It's just a waiting game, and it just gets me that these people do this, talk about price targets and stuff, and somebody gets on Twitter saying this is probably, and that's just their opinion, just like it's just this guy's opinion, because he does not know. He does not know what this is going to go to. I mean, he may be pretty smart about finances and stuff like that, and he's looking at the charts and stuff, and what he's doing is going off the past history of it and looking at how, it's went up and down and what he thinks it might jump up to over time, and that's all he's doing. But, common man does something like that, and he's looking at charts and he's just guesstimating. I think this could go up this because it's been doing this for a while. He gets in trouble. But anyway, let me get off of that. So, what is this? What is this? Let's look at the company overview right here. MicroStrategy Incorporated is an analytics and business intelligence company. The company is engaged in design, development, marketing, and sales of its software platform through licensing arrangements and cloud subscriptions and related services. The company's core product offering is its software platform. The MicroStrategy platform provides customers with features such as pervasive modern analytics, open federated architecture, and enterprise platform. The company provides a range of MicroStrategy services, which includes MicroStrategy support, MicroStrategy consulting, and MicroStrategy education. It also includes analytics, softwares, and services strategy. Its pervasive modern analytics includes data visualization, reporting, and transformation, mobility, hyperintelligence, and custom applications. Its open federated architecture includes federated analytics and multiple deployment options. Its enterprise platform includes enterprise semantic graph and security. Software and IT services. Okay, so I don't know where they're getting, unless the applications are helping people buy and sell crypto. I'm not sure how that gets you into crypto, but it is on the list. If I go back here, it is MicroStrategy Incorporated is number 4 on this list, MSTR. So, again, Bitcoin's down. I mean, from 67, 68,000 a coin to 16,000. If it goes back up to where it was or surpasses that, I can see where he thinks that can be $1,000, almost $1,000, $950. I don't know how they are tied, because apparently the description does not tell us how they're tied into crypto. Maybe they're creating merchant software for crypto. I don't know. I mean, it could be they're software. They deal in software. They could be the middleman to where if you're buying something through GameStop or something like that, maybe they designed the software that's being used under the covers. So anyway, just wanted to bring another one to your attention. Again, I mean, TipRanks is saying the high is 950, moderate 477 when the price of it is 141.57. So you could at least double your money, possibly, if crypto starts turning around and Bitcoin goes back up to 60,000 or goes up to 70,000. People are saying it could get back up to 100. It may do that. As volatile as this stuff has been, time will tell. Nobody knows. I don't know. Am I saying it's going to get that high? No. I'm just bringing this to your attention. I'm going to leave links down in the description below. I am not a stock advisor. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a crusty old guy in East Tennessee that likes to talk about. I'm just have an interest in stocks and crypto and things of that nature. And I just think it's cool that Etrade is at least giving you some exposure to crypto. I do think that Etrade will eventually have you trading crypto over time. But I think all this negative stuff has slowed. The FTX news has slowed things down. So it's just going to take time. It's like marijuana stocks. CBD, it's slowly getting accepted. I'm seeing more and more commercials about, especially on YouTube, about companies that's selling online CBD, claiming they've got the best quality CBD and how it helps your mood and stuff like that. And everybody knows that if you got joint pain, if you have cancer and you've got like bone cancer, leukemia, and you got it eat up in your bones, it's a very painful. My grandmother died from that. It's a very painful disease, and I can see where medical marijuana can help ease somebody's pain and make them comfortable as they go through the disease. I mean, a lot of these cancers and stuff are taking people out. There's a lot that doctors still can't do with cancer. And I think CBD and medicinal marijuana is not going to go away. I think there's going to be more and more acceptance as time goes on. So, and I myself, I lost a wife to cancer back in 2008. So, you know, times are changing. Our society is changing. I think that we're headed toward cryptocurrency in the U.S. There has been a test done by the U.S. government, and we are getting real close to losing fiat currency and going straight to a stable coin, U.S. stable coin currency. If you're using a debit card, you're using credit cards to pay all your bills, and you hardly ever spend any cash. If you go out to eat and you use your credit card, you use your debit card, you're already digital. You are already digital. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you're already digital. So it's just a matter of time that it's all going to be electronic and paper money, which is sad. You can't go out and pay cash at that point, because at some point, if they go all digital, they can just say that you need to turn in any cash that you've got into the banks, that at a certain date they're going to discontinue accepting cash. And I can see it. I can see that as being something that can happen. It's a realistic thing that could happen. Will it happen? I don't know. Will I see it in my lifetime? I don't know. I may die before that comes to pass, but I can see society going to that, and everything will be digital. Now, the downside of it is, that being said, if you lose internet connection, if a business loses internet, if a whole area loses internet connection, be it from a magnetic pulse, electronic magnetic pulse, EMP, or something like that, or just maybe there's a disaster, tornado strike, and the lines are down, the communication for the internet gets taken out or something somehow. Then you're if you don't have fiat currency, you're done. You can't make transactions. You can't buy or sell transactions. Now, possibly a workaround might be if even if you use a cold wallet, all that's hosting is your address. It's on the blockchain. If you can't access the blockchain, you won't be able to make the transaction. So that's the downside. There's got to be things put in place before we all go full digital currency. Would have to be put in place just in case something like that happens. I don't know. They'll know for sure we're going to go full digital. I don't know, but it looks like that's where everybody's trending. All the governments are looking at crypto, and if your government bodies start accepting crypto, I have a feeling that fiat currency may be a thing of the past. Paper money might be just antiques that people have and pass around. You'll see in a museum or something over time. You know, a $1 bill, a $5 bill, $10 bill, 20s, $100 bills. You know, that'd be stuff that'd be sitting in a museum, and it will be worthless. You know, to the common man. So, am I saying that's going to happen? I'm saying it. I could see it happening. I don't know that it will, but I think there's an interest. The governments are looking at crypto and they're considering it. The U.S. passed a bill. They did a test with a company on what they call it, merchant. You know, when you have credit cards, you have a merchant account, and the store uses a merchant account to take your credit card transactions. They did testing with the merchant company. The government did on doing different things, purchases, tax refunds, stuff like that. I saw a video the other day here on somebody did on YouTube about it. I think I may look up that information that they talked about. I may do a video on that. But and going back to, you know, where these guys are talking about this can be $1,000 or $950 is actually what he's claiming, $950. But I don't know. You know, there's been people. There was people that got in trouble recently. There was 8 Twitter accounts that's been charged by the SEC for pump and dump scams. And I can see why they go after people like that, because if you got 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, you know, 200,000 followers on Twitter, and you got all these people listening to your recommendations on buying something that they bought into before they even started tweeting about it, I have a feeling that you get that many people, and you got 8 accounts, and if you got 800,000 people that's trading on the same thing, they are going to drastically make the price change. That's proof. That's proof that the people that's trading is what's determining the prices on stuff. That's the same thing with crypto. The people that's trading the crypto is determining the price of crypto. When you dump and you take a loss, you're dropping the price of crypto. If everybody would hold and nobody would dump, and listen to me now, this is important. If everybody held and nobody dumped at a loss, and you held until you were green, if you were patient and did not get emotional, crypto would just go up. Think about that. crypto would just go up because you would be holding until you were green. Somebody's buying. Somebody can't buy until you actually sell. Okay? It's like having a car. You go buy, you have a car, you have a classic car, maybe you have a 65 Mustang. If you just want to get rid of it, even though it's a nice car, it's been well taken care of, well maintained, nice interior, decent paint job, good daily driver at least. Maybe not a real show car, but I mean, it doesn't look like a rust bucket. It looks nice. It cleans up real good. You know, you can look at that having a 65 Mustang. Oh, that's just an old car. I just want to get rid of it. I just sell it. Somebody said, you know, you put it in paper for $15,000, and some guy comes up and says, you know, I don't think it's worth that. I'm just going to give you $5 if you'll take it, and I'll take it off your hands. And you have the attitude, you know, everybody's going to electric cars. I just need to get rid of this car. And because before long, if gas prices, it could even get hard to get gas. I really think it might be a problem to get gas. So I think I'm just going to get rid of my classics, and I'm just going to wait for the electrics to smooth out and go buy electric and just get away from gasoline vehicles. So you take the $5,000 where you had priced it at $15,000, you took a $10,000 loss there. Okay, or you could sit back and say, no, this is a classic Ford Mustang. It's in good shape. It's an insult to sell it at $5,000. I won't take less than $15,000. That's my price, and I'm not coming down. And maybe you paid $6,000 or $7,000 for it before you bought it, and you did some stuff, did some maintenance to it. Maybe you went and painted it or something. You know, out of you like to tinker and you painted it yourself. And you just hold out on that car, and you say, no, I'm not going to take $5,000. If you want the car, you've got to pay me $15,000. If you hold out long enough, if somebody wants that car bad enough, they're going to buy the car for $15,000. And everybody knows what a Ford Mustang is. 65 Ford. It's a very popular car. As a lot of people want the cars. And it's the same thing with the stocks, and it's the same thing with the crypto. If you just hold, if you say, no, I know what this is. I really believe in this cryptocurrency. I know what this is, and instead of dumping at a loss, if you just hold and hold and hold and hold, if people quit dumping at a loss, the price is just going to go up. Think about that. Think about that. Anyway, that's my thoughts. That's my opinion, and that's all it is opinion. Am I telling you to buy into this? No, but I'm saying maybe you might want to look into it, look at it, and see. I mean, $ MSTR. If you want to search on Twitter, see if anybody's talking about it. Do Googles for MSTR, the stock ticker. If you're on Ameritrade or something besides Etrade, look, see if you got it on your platform that you have your portfolio on. But right now, TipRanks is saying a moderate price is going to be $400, almost $500. Well, right now it's only $141.57. So to me, that sounds like it's on sale. But am I saying? I clicked that, didn't I? Yeah, I think it was the same link, but it didn't look the same. But this guy's saying it's $950, and again, if I go out there on Twitter and say that's going to go to $950, SEC may come after me. But nobody says anything to people like this, which is crazy. It's crazy. I'm not trying to get sued. I'm just telling the facts. That's the way it is. So, and I do expect, for the SEC to be doing what they're doing. And I understand they are trying to protect the public. There are people out there that have malicious intent, and they do buy into stock. They'll buy hundreds, thousands, millions of shares of stock, and then they'll start tweeting on it. And they got other people with them. Like these 8 that got in trouble. all of them tweeting on this stuff at the same time. But to me, and there were 2 businesses too that these people were involved with, these 8 people that got in trouble, 8 accounts. But to me, Motley Fool, Wall Street Journal, all these others, and I'm not trying to get sued, I'm just saying what it is. They've been doing this stuff for years. They put out an article about Apple computer, right? Oh, this next release of the iPhone is going to be the best iPhone that's ever been out there. And then the stock goes up the day of the release, when the news of the release of that iPhone comes out, because everybody saw that Apple got the advertisement from the Wall Street Journal and Motley Fool and all these other places is talking about the same thing. So, to me, that's almost the same thing. It is. It really is. That the reality of it is, because the people, when there's excitement about the stock and you get a lot of momentum, even a big stock like Apple, that's what's causing the price. It's the investors is buying into it at the time. It's the interest in it. If there's a negative news that goes out about a stock, like BP back in 2010, BP had a huge oil spill. The price of the stock dropped, but BP has been around for years. It's a household name. They immediately turned around and said they were going to work to try their best to clean up the oil spill, the best of their ability to try to clean it up and help with the cleanup on the oil spill. And I believe they apologized to the public. There was like numerous, reports and stuff, news things. The stock come back up. The stock dropped on the news of the oil spill. And as they cleaned up and news that they were working on the help with the cleanup effort to fix the problem, the stocks turned back around and went back up over time. It didn't go up immediately, but over time it has gone back up. So, things like that, all I'm trying to say, and I'm not trying to get sued, but the reality of it is, it's the news, the exposure of a stock like this MicroStrategy Incorporated, MSTR, the exposure can affect the price of the stock over time. It can and it will. It's, people see a news story about it and they're like, oh, I think I need to look into that. And they go in, they buy into it. But again, I don't have enough people on my channel. I've got less than 500 people, so I'm not going to affect the stock price that much. But I do feel like the price of this, if it's tied to crypto, this stock, if it's tied to crypto, when Bitcoin, if it goes back up into $60,000 range, the price of this is going to be up. You could potentially, these guys are right on the money. I think that, and I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about, and I'm not saying they're pump and dumping, but I'm saying it's similar to what a pump and dump guy does. They're putting out price targets on what the stocks could do. And to me, I don't think it's much different. Maybe if you're doing a shell stock, yeah. If the company's if it's a shell company and there's nothing in there, it's not doing anything, yeah, this probably is a pump and dump. But the point is the hype caused by the news, through the news medias, social media, for this will cause it to go up as the news comes out. When Bloomberg says, oh, the price of Bitcoin's jumped up to $50,000 a share, a coin, $50,000 a coin, this price is going to go up on MSTR. They say, oh, wow, Bitcoin's almost up to 100,000. If things turn around and it almost hits 100,000, this price could, and this is just I'm just trying to make a point. This high could be underestimated. What if it hits 1,000? What if it hits $1,200 price target? I've not bought into this right now. I'm just looking at these things as in the list. I'm just reading about these things. And they do have, let's go back here. And I'll leave that down in the link too. They do have a website as well, where you can check them out, see what they're doing, what kind of services are they performing, because that's important. It is important. They even have a link for Bitcoin. They have videos that they've released. So check them out. I just invite you to check them out. I'm just trying to draw this to your attention, because right now, a lot of people, if you watch a lot of people, the time to buy is when the price is low. And right now, everything's kind of low right now. There's some things that's come up a little bit, but right now, the economy's down. Bitcoin's down, stocks are down. That's when you buy into this stuff to make money. So it's just like my example with BP. When that news, I had a friend of mine call me and said, "Did you hear about BP?" I said, yeah. He said, "You need to put about $50,000 into BP." He said, "That's going to go up." He said, look at it. Look at what it's dropped." He said, "With all this news about that oil spill, BP, the management, BP management's not going to let the company go under. You need to buy into BP." And he was right. It would come back up. So, with that being said, you got to be patient. Don't get emotional. And when like I said, if you're dumping stuff, if you're taking the ask, well, no, if you're taking the bid price and you dropping your price on what you would rather sell your crypto or stock at, you're dropping the price you're dropping the value of what you're selling. If you would be patient and wait for your price that you actually want, if everybody did that, if everybody would wait for the price that they want to sell at, then this stocks and crypto would just keep going up. That's my whole point. And news is going to help it as well. As you know, press releases and stuff like that's going to help, and it can hurt too as well. Because, like I said, negative press releases, that's a lot of reasons some professionals dump their stock, because they're like, "Oh, this is going to go to nothing. I need to get out of this. This is bad that this news can..." Just sit on it. I mean, see if the company turns around and does something to try to turn the bad news into something good. I mean, it's a lot. BP did. BP, with that oil spill, they turned around and they helped clean it up, and they're still going. They're still selling gas. They're still pumping oil. So, anyway, I'm sorry to ramble on so long, but I just wanted to make that point while I was in here talking about that. And I do invite you. I'm going to leave links in here for this stuff. And, just read up on it yourself, and you decide, you make the decision on if you want to get into this. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It's on the list. Fidelity has it on their list of something you might want to look at. Tip Ranks is saying that the price is going to go up. I think it will. But it won't go up until Bitcoin turns around, until the Bitcoin price starts going up. As with the other ones that I've spoken about as well. Bitcoin's going to have to turn around and start coming up, and then the other cryptocurrency will follow suit. It's been proven history through time after time through the history of the crypto. So, anyway, with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching my video. I appreciate the people that support my video. I know I just have a handful, but I appreciate everybody's been hanging in there. The market's really been bad for 2022. Hopefully 2023 will be a turnaround year for everything. I would like to see that. Or maybe they'll start turning around, and the real big turnaround will be in 2024. But I like to see people start making some gains on some stuff. I know people's they're down on their portfolios. I am. I'm really down on a lot of stuff. So at least AT&T, it dropped to $15 a share. I bought into that. I did a video, and I think I dropped $20,000 into AT&T, and then at $20 a share, and then it dropped to $15 a share. Now it's back up to 18. So I'm waiting on AT&T to go back up. But in the meantime, I'm still getting dividend payments from AT&T. So I'm getting a payment, more money than what that $20,000 would have drawn in interest in a savings account. So, and I talked about that in my video. Go back and look at it. Go look it up. And I think I told how much it was going to draw me, but I'm not going to go into that now. This video's already been too long. I was going to plan on 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm into 40 minutes right now. So I've went over longer than what I was going to go. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just speaking my mind. My opinions are just my opinions, but there's a lot of truth in those opinions. It's just observations that I've seen in the time that I've been playing around with stocks and crypto. I've not been in crypto quite as long as stocks, but I've been in stocks for a few years. And sometimes you just got to be patient. Just be patient. Don't get scared. You've not lost till you sold. Keep that one thing in mind. You've not lost till you sold. So I'm going to leave you with that. I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. I hope you've had a good holiday. Hope you had a good week so far. Hope you're having a good weekend. And I hope you have a safe New Year's. Be responsible. If you're going to go out and drink, don't go out and drink and drive. Stay where you're at. Don't take a risk of getting killed in a car wreck or killing somebody in a car wreck. If you're going to drink somewhere where you're going to be spending the night so you can sleep it off. And be safe over this holiday, okay? So, that being said, I hope everybody has a good night, and I appreciate your support, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Bella's got to be right up under me, don't you, Bella? Oh, my word. Cloudy day, looks like it may rain. Clouds out over the valley. East Tennessee Valley. And Bella, she's just happy to be around.